When I got up this morning, I looked at my app that has the breviary on it and told me today is the memorial of St. Hilary of Poitiers. I think that's how I pronounce it, Poitiers. It seems French to me. It says St. Hilary was born at Poitiers at the beginning of the 4th century, so that's early 300s. About the year 350, he was chosen bishop of that city, and for his vigorous fight against the Arians, with a capital A, was exiled by the Emperor Constantine. And I started scratching my head. I said, Constantine, wait, he wasn't an Arian. He was a convert to the Catholic faith. He signed the Edict of Milan that made Christianity legal, and he was the first emperor who was a Christian. It turns out he had 3 sons named Constantine, Constantius I, and Constantius II. How about that? They like that name. And it was Constantius II who succeeded his father after his other brother died because his other brother was killed. It was tough back then. And he became an Arian. So the first generation of Constantine was pretty good with the faith, but then they slipped into Arianism. It says then that Hilary, to strengthen the Catholic faith and interpret sacred scripture, he wrote works of wisdom and learning. St. Hilary died in the year 367. So fascinating, because St. Hilary is known as the Athanasius of the West. St. Athanasius was a bishop who defended the true teaching about Jesus Christ, that Jesus Christ is God, he's the Son of God, he is one person, divine, with 2 natures, human and divine. And he was in the east, St. Athanasius of Alexandria, and St. Hilary was in the west and south of France, and he's known as the Hammer of the Heretics. Isn't that a great slogan? That'd be great for like a bumper sticker. I could see that on a shirt, right? Maybe a Pledge Drive Premium one day. And so what happened, though, in the 4th century, as Christianity is emerging from all of this persecution, then there's a terrible problem in the church, and that is a lot of people didn't really believe Jesus Christ was God. There was a great man, but he couldn't possibly be God. And so the church wrestled with this heresy for about 3 centuries, and there were very, very few bishops who actually defended the fullness of the faith. Just a few. Most of the bishops, formally and literally speaking, were heretics. They didn't accept the divinity of Jesus Christ. He was a great guy, but he certainly couldn't be God. So that Arian heresy keeps cropping up throughout history. Today, I think the most common expression of that Arian heresy, now this might be a little bit of a reach here, but I think you'll find it interesting, is this phrase, I'm spiritual but not religious. As if saying I'm spiritual is some sort of accomplishment. By nature, we're spiritual. Even if you think you don't believe in God, you were born with a spiritual soul. The moment of your conception, we've been infused with a spiritual soul. No matter if you don't believe in God, every single human being knows they did not create themselves. They know that. And every single human being knows they cannot keep themselves in existence. We depend on another. And so when we say I'm spiritual but not religious, that's not much of an accomplishment. Well, so what does religion have to do with it? The word religion in Latin literally means to tie yourself down to something or someone or some practice. He's very religious about his sports. Yes, he shows up every day to work out for 40 minutes. Very religious about it. It has nothing to do with God. It has to do with your behavior in pursuit of a goal. I think that statement, I'm spiritual but not religious, again, this might be a bit of a reach here, is like to say, I breathe with my lungs but not with oxygen tanks. Well, everybody breathes with their lungs. It's not much of an accomplishment. When do we use oxygen tanks? When you go underwater, where it's dangerous, or you go into a fire where it's dangerous and you need that extra help. So religion is like those oxygen tanks. We take something extra on us so we can do more. We take something extra on us so we can do more. And I think it comes down to very simple things. Like making the sign of the cross is a religious action because it professes the 2 chief mysteries of our faith, that God is a trinity of persons and that Jesus died for us on the cross. You might not think that's a big deal to make the sign of the cross, but it actually is a big deal because it signifies you are doing something religious. You're binding yourself to the proclamation that Christ is God. Or you make a genuflection. That is a religious act. It doesn't seem like much, but St. Paul wrote that with his name, because of his name, every knee shall bend at his name, on the earth, above the earth, and under the earth. Or so that genuflection is a sign that God is greater than I am. Because when you put yourself down on a knee, you put yourself in a position of vulnerability, right? If you've ever been to a high school wrestling match, you know there's two positions. One guy's on the floor, and the other guy's standing, right? And so the guy standing has the advantage. And then they switch around, and the guy who was standing has to be on the floor, and they see how it does. So when you're kneeling, you're at a disadvantage. You make a humble statement that you are binding yourself to God and binding yourself to his adoration. So that's St. Hilary, that's St. Athanasius, and let us stay strong in our faith that Jesus Christ is God through simple actions like a genuflection or the sign of the cross.